The mistake happened in complete silence. No warning sirens, no flashing red alerts, no government official knocking on the door. Just one quiet Social Security application filed online at 11:43 p.m. by a tired 63-year-old widower named Daniel Reeves, sitting alone in his dark kitchen outside Phoenix, Arizona. Daniel thought he was making the smart choice. His savings were shrinking, groceries cost more every month, property taxes kept rising, and after losing his wife Karen the previous winter, the loneliness inside the house had become unbearable. So, when Social Security offered him an early benefit option, he clicked accept. 3 buttons, 1 confirmation page, 1 electronic signature. That was it. 40 years of work, reduced permanently by one exhausted financial decision made late at night. And the terrifying part? Nobody from Social Security stopped him. Nobody explained what the reduction would really cost him over the next 20 years. Nobody warned him that the decision would quietly erase more than $180,000 from his retirement future. Listen carefully, because in 2026, millions of Americans born before 1966 are walking directly into Social Security traps they do not even realize exist. And once many of these mistakes happen, they cannot be undone. That's the hidden rule. The Social Security Administration does not operate emotionally. It operates mathematically. Cold calculations, permanent formulas, irreversible reductions. And retirees who misunderstand the rules are often punished for life. This is where the trap closes. Daniel had worked since he was 16, warehouse jobs, night shifts, construction work, eventually a stable career driving delivery trucks across Arizona. Ordinary American life, no luxury retirement, no massive stock portfolio, no secret offshore accounts, just Social Security. Like millions of retirees, Daniel believed Social Security would function like a simple pension. Work long enough, retire, collect your check. But the system became far more complicated than that years ago. Now everything depends on your birth year, your exact claiming age, your earnings history, your spouse's record, Medicare rules, income thresholds, and hidden formulas most seniors never fully understand until after the damage begins. That's the engineered system. And in 2026, retirees born before 1966 are entering the most dangerous Social Security transition years in America, because every birth group now faces different traps, different penalties, different deadlines, different claiming math. The part nobody tells you? 2 retirees with identical work histories can receive dramatically different benefits simply because they were born a few years apart. Think about how brutal that sounds emotionally. 40 years of work, and the calendar itself changes the rules. Stop the video. If you were born before 1966, you need to know exactly which Social Security group you fall into, because the system does not treat every retiree the same anymore, and the mistakes happening right now are permanent. Group 1. Born between 1943 and 1954. Right now, you are roughly between 72 and 83 years old. Most retirees in this group think, my claiming decisions are already done. That assumption is quietly costing some seniors thousands every year. Trap number 1. The widow and widower benefit disaster. This one emotionally devastates surviving spouses, because many widows and widowers are collecting the wrong benefit entirely. Listen carefully. After one spouse dies, the surviving spouse may sometimes qualify for a larger survivor benefit than the benefit currently being received on their own record. But the system does not always aggressively correct this automatically. That's the hidden rule. Many seniors simply remain on the smaller benefit because nobody explained the comparison options properly. One widow in Missouri spent nearly 6 years collecting her own smaller retirement check before discovering she qualified for substantially higher survivor payments based on her late husband's earnings history. 6 years. Gone. Quietly. That's the financial guillotine of misinformation. And the older retirees get, the less likely they are to challenge the system or review the numbers carefully. Because grief creates confusion. Paperwork becomes overwhelming. The engineered system counts on retirees not reviewing details after loss. That's where families lose money invisibly. Trap number 2. The Medicare IRMAA ambush. This one quietly crushes retirees after one-time financial events. Selling a property, large retirement withdrawals, Roth conversions, inheritance income. 1 year of higher income can trigger massive Medicare premium surcharges later. And many retirees born before 1955 are still paying inflated Medicare costs based on old income records from years earlier. That's the hidden rule. Medicare looks backward, not forward, meaning your current financial situation may not match the premium penalties still hitting your account. One retired couple in Florida sold farmland after the husband developed Parkinson's disease. The temporary income spike pushed them into extreme IRMAA surcharges. Even after the money disappeared into healthcare costs, the Medicare penalties kept coming. That's the second blade, and many seniors never even realize appeals exist. Group 2. Born between 1955 and 1959, this may be the single most dangerous Social Security group in America right now. Why? Because your full retirement age is not simple anymore. Not 66, not 67. Every birth year inside this range has its own exact retirement age, different months, different calculations, different reduction schedules. That's where the trap begins. One wrong assumption creates permanent damage. A retiree born in 1957 who claims too early could lose roughly 25% or more permanently. Forever, not temporary, forever. Daniel's friend Michael made this mistake at 62 because he assumed everybody's FRA is basically 66. That misunderstanding alone reduced his monthly benefit by hundreds of dollars permanently. And here's the terrifying math. A $500 monthly reduction sounds survivable emotionally until you stretch it across 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. Suddenly the quiet confiscation becomes enormous. More than $120,000 lost simply because nobody explained one exact birth year rule clearly enough. That's the part nobody tells retirees. The claiming decision is often one of the biggest irreversible financial decisions of an entire lifetime, and retirees are making it exhausted, stressed, widowed, laid off, or emotionally panicked. Exactly the conditions where people make terrible permanent decisions. Trap number 3, the earnings test. This one shocks retirees who claim early but continue working, because many seniors believe, I earned Social Security. True. But before full retirement age, earning too much from work can temporarily reduce benefits. And retirees who don't understand this often believe, the government stole my check. That confusion spreads panic fast. The system rarely explains things emotionally, it just withholds. Cold. Mathematical. Automatic. Group 3. Born between 1960 and 1965. This group is entering the danger zone right now. Your full retirement age is generally 67, and claiming at 62 can slash benefits by roughly 30% permanently. 30%. Think about how devastating that becomes emotionally over retirement. A retiree expecting $2,000 monthly may suddenly lock themselves into $1,400 permanently. That's not a temporary hardship. That becomes a lifetime reduction, and the Social Security Administration will process the application without emotionally warning you what that really means over decades. That's the hidden rule. The system explains percentages, but retirees live in grocery bills, prescription costs, electric bills, insurance premiums, real life. One man in Texas claimed early after a layoff because he feared draining retirement savings. Now at 74, he still regrets the decision because inflation made the permanently reduced check far more painful than expected years later. This is why early claiming becomes so dangerous emotionally. Retirees solve today's fear while creating tomorrow's poverty. Trap number 4. The retroactive lump sum temptation. This one catches sophisticated retirees too. Many retirees after full retirement age can request retroactive payments. Sounds amazing emotionally. Large lump sum, immediate money. But the hidden rule? The retroactive filing changes the permanent monthly amount downward because your effective claiming date moves backward. That's the second blade retirees rarely calculate carefully. The system gives with one hand, then quietly lowers future income with the other. Group 4, born in 1966 or later. You may think, this doesn't affect me yet. That assumption may become catastrophic later, because this group still has time to fix something older retirees no longer can: the earnings record itself. Listen carefully. Social Security calculations depend on payroll records collected across your entire working life. And mistakes happen constantly. Wrong income reports, missing self-employment years, payroll errors, old employer reporting failures. One missing high-income year can reduce future retirement benefits permanently. That's the hidden rule. And the longer retirees wait, the harder correcting records becomes. W-2 forms disappear, employers close, documents get lost. The clock is already ticking. Now let's talk about the real danger. Because the real danger is not simply Social Security itself. The real danger is retirees assuming the system automatically protects them from mistakes. It doesn't. The system processes, that's all, applications, calculations, adjustments, reductions. Emotion does not exist inside the formula. That's why ordinary retirees must become their own advocates now, because the system is too large, too bureaucratic, and too automated for blind trust anymore. Now here's the survival strategy. First, identify your exact Social Security group based on birth year immediately. Second, understand your precise full retirement age down to the month. Third, if you lost a spouse, verify whether survivor benefits could increase your payment. Fourth, review Medicare IRMAA surcharges carefully if your income dropped after a life-changing event. Fifth, if you are younger, review your earnings history now while documentation still exists. And finally, never make Social Security claiming decisions emotionally during moments of fear, grief, layoffs, or panic. Because permanent decisions made during temporary emotional crises often create lifelong financial damage. Save this video. Seriously. Save it. Because millions of retirees born before 1966 are making irreversible Social Security mistakes right now without understanding how severe the long-term consequences can become. Comment your birth year and state below. And tell me honestly, did anyone ever fully explain your Social Security rules to you before today? Because for many retirees, the greatest retirement danger is not market crashes. It's the permanent government formulas quietly activated by one wrong decision made too early. My name is Ivana Forbes. Subscribe now for more retirement survival warnings, Social Security traps, Medicare dangers, IRS loopholes, and hidden financial rules threatening ordinary Americans over 60. And remember this, the Social Security system does not care how hard you worked, only whether you understood the rules before the paperwork became permanent.